Everybody fired. That's it. That's the scoop. Thursday fired. Friday fired. The online games fired. The rebuys fired. The tickets fired. The chops fired. And somewhere in the middle of all that madness, I'm just sitting here thinking, but the room would not let up. Lovely day, poker enthusiast, and happy Independence Day to all our American friends. Now, normally on July 4th, you expect fireworks, but apparently Sal's room looked at that and said, hold my chips, because Thursday night and the Friday night, the whole place had that feeling. Not one big moment, not one crazy hand, not one result carrying the whole story. It was more like the room itself woke up, stretched its arms, looked around and said, who wants a piece? Everybody, that's who. Everybody wanted a piece. Players wanted a piece. Rebuys wanted a piece. Online grinders wanted a piece. Sanji wanted the whole bakery buy. He didn't come in for a slice. He came in like he had a fork in both hands and no adult supervision. And Friday Frenzy said 6-way chop. That's not a tournament result. That's a hostage negotiation with chips. Thursday night at Sal's room was Thirsty Thursday. We had 20 players, and those 20 players made 35 rebuys. That tells you right there what kind of a night it was. That's not passive poker. That's not quiet poker. That's not people sitting there waiting for aces and sipping water. That's people firing, reloading, trying again. And right in the middle of it all, Sanji dominated the whole game and scooped the win. Sanji didn't win. Sanji took inventory. He looked around and said, I'll take that stack, and that stack, and that stack, and whatever Rick has left. No offense to Rick King, but when Sanji is running over the room like that, you don't call it a tournament anymore. You call it weather. Chance of Sanji with scattered rebuys, but Rick King finished second, Shawn finished third. And honestly, when you get a 20-player field with 35 rebuys, just making it to the top 3 means you survived something. That's one of those nights where the results sheet says names and numbers, but the feeling in the room says something else. The feeling says nobody backed off. The feeling says everybody came to play. The feeling says the room had juice. 35 rebuys, Phil. 35. Somebody somewhere looked at their chip stack, looked at the dealer, looked at their life choices, and said, run it back. Again. That's the kind of math I understand. Not good math, but familiar math. Newfoundland math. 1 buy-in, 2 rebuys, 3 bad decisions, and somehow you're still telling yourself I got a feeling now, boy. Online Thursday night had the same kind of motion. The daily Freebuy had 18 entries, and yes, I took that one down for the Step 2 ticket. The 550 Step 2 had 21 entries. Wildhog and Bayguy scooped the tickets. Flop and Pop had 15 entries. Newfie Beef bagged second for 57.85, and Rylan scooped the win for 77.15. Look at Phil sliding that in. Oh yes, I took that one down. Very casual, very humble, very fake. Inside he was doing laps around the basement. Don't let him fool you. The man wins a Step 2 ticket and suddenly he's walking around like he solved poker. But fair is fair, a ticket is a ticket, and in these streets, we respect the scoop. Phil's Deep Stack Thrills had 15 entries Thursday night. 77 GB took second for 20.56, and Randellorian scooped the win for 27.44. And again, that's what I mean by the whole machine moving. It wasn't just a live room, it wasn't just one tournament, it was the whole Sal's ecosystem. Live games, online games, tickets, cash spots, repeat names, people showing up in more than one place. That's how you know something is breathing. And 77 GB is becoming one of those names where I don't even blink anymore. You say 77 GB won something, cashed something, scooped something, got a ticket, got second, got third. I just go, yeah, that checks out. Some names are just always in the mix, like Newfie Beef. Newfie Beef shows up so much I'm starting to think he's not a player. He's a recurring weathering pattern. Chance of beef at 8:30, but. Then Friday night rolled in, and Friday Frenzy had a great crowd and lots of action. It ended in a 6-way chop between Rick, Liam, Steve, Brad, Leo, and Nathan. And I love a 6-way chop for the story, because a 6-way chop usually means nobody fully got away. Nobody completely separated. Everybody battled through enough of the madness to get a piece. And sometimes that tells the story better than one clean winner ever could. 6-way chop is poker for we're tired, we're deep enough, nobody wants to punt, everybody has work, family, or questionable snacks waiting at home. And honestly, 6 players getting something out of a wild Friday frenzy, that fits the theme perfect. Everybody fired, everybody survived, everybody took a piece. Except the players who didn't. But we don't talk about those legends today. They're healing. And online, Friday night kept the theme going. The daily Freebuy had 28 entries. Denman and Juslan scooped the tickets. SummerSlam Step 2 had 12 entries. 77GB and myself scooped the tickets there. The 550 Step 2 had 30 entries and 3 seats up for grabs. Those seats were scooped by All In 10 Jack, frostybudz, and 77GB. Again, there's that name again. 77GB again. At this point, I'm not even sure that's a username. It might be a line item on the schedule. 4 p.m. SummerSlam Step 1, 6 p.m. SummerSlam Step 2, 8 p.m. 77GB appears, 8:30 p.m. somebody says nice hand, 9 p.m. 77GP appears again. The man is not playing online poker, he's hunting the lobby. Phil's Deep Sack Thrills had 20 entries Friday night. Son of a Fisherman bagged second for $25.71, and Newfie Beef scooped the win for $34.29. So between Thursday and Friday, Newfie Beef was right there in the conversation more than once. 77GB was right there more than once. Tickets were moving, names were repeating, and that's usually when the room starts to feel connected. Not because one person had a moment, but because everybody seems to be in the middle of the same wave. That's the part people miss. A poker room is not just tables and chips, it's momentum. It's the same names popping up, it's the same jokes coming back. It's somebody winning live one night and jumping online the next. It's someone busting, reloading, complaining, laughing, and somehow still saying, see you tomorrow. That's community. Or sickness. Could be both, but it's ours. And that's the emotional center of today's scoop. The room would not let up. We're getting deeper into Season 7. We're getting closer to the move. We're getting closer to the end of this version of the studio, this version of the routine, this version of the show. And of course, right when I start looking toward the ending, the room heats up again. Because that's what rooms do, Phil. They wait until you say things like, maybe it's slowing down. Maybe the season is winding down. Maybe I can coast a little. Then boom, 20 players, 35 rebuys, 6-way chop, online tickets everywhere, Newfie Beef in the streets, 77GB in the walls, Sanji driving the bus, and Phil sitting there wondering why the quiet exit turned into a parade. That's why I like this episode, because it's not a clean recap. It's not just winners and payouts. It's a reminder. You don't always get to decide when the story gets louder. Sometimes the room decides. Sometimes the community decides. Sometimes the schedule looks ordinary, and then the people show up and turn it into something else. That's what Thursday and Friday felt like. Everybody fired, everybody wanted a piece, and the room would not let up. And let me tell you something. When Newfoundlanders want a piece, clear the table. Because somebody is coming in with a coffee, a debit card, and the confidence of a man who just folded top pair once, and now thinks he's disciplined. Then 10 minutes later, rebuy please. That's not a leak. That's culture. Questionable culture, but culture. Now, for anybody new watching this, or anybody who keeps hearing me talk about the online games and wondering how to get in, here's the easy version. We play on Club GG. Download the Club GG app. It's one word, Club GG. Make your account. Search for club number 637546. That's Sal's Clickin' Chips. Join the club. Send me a message so I know who you are, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. Easy game, boy. Come play some cards with us. See, that's the invite. No secret handshake. No treasure map. No meeting behind the Irving at midnight. Club GG, one word. Club number 637546.
Sal's clicking chips. Message Phil so he knows who you are. And please, for the love of all things holy, don't just show up like a mysterious internet raccoon. Say hello. We're poker players. We're suspicious by default.
Now, looking ahead to today at Sal's room. At 1 p.m. there is the 8:50 game satellite scheduled, but make sure you check with Mike Hines first before heading in. That part matters. Check first. Then at 7:30 p.m. it is Sensational Saturday. That's your $60 buy-in with $40 rebuys and a $20 add-on. That one has been building its own little personality lately, and after the way Thursday and Friday went, I would not be shocked if the room keeps pushing.
Translation: don't just drive in at 1 p.m. blind and then blame Phil if you're standing there looking through the window like a lost Labrador. Check with Mike first. Use the phone, use the internet, use smoke signals if you have to, but check. Then come back at 7:30 and fire like a responsible adult, or at least like a poker player pretending to be one.
Online today, we have the SummerSlam Step 1 Daily Freebuy at 4, SummerSlam Step 2 at 6, the 850 and 550 Step 2s at 8, the Flop and Pop at 8:30. Then at 9 we have Phil's Deep Stack Thrills and the SummerSlam Step 3. So there is plenty of moving online again today. If you want tickets, there are Pats. If you want value, there are spots. If you want to jump in and be part of it, the games are there.
And if you want to say you had no chance to play, I don't know what to tell you. There's 4 p.m., there's 6 p.m., there's 8 p.m., there's 8:30, there's 9. At some point, boy, it's not the schedule, it's you hiding from Variance. And Variance knows where you live. It has your postal code.
So that is Sal Scoop 337. Thursday fired, Friday fired, live fired, online fired. The room had energy. The names kept showing up. The tickets kept moving. The rebuys kept moving. And the story was pretty simple. The room would not let up. Happy Independence Day again to our American friends. Enjoy the fireworks. We already had ours at the tables.
And remember, if you fired once and missed, reload. If you fired twice and missed, reload. If you fired 35 times, Sanji probably already has your chips. But either way, we salute the effort. Because around here, we don't just play poker. We turn bad decisions into community content. And somehow, boy, it works.
Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and run good, you legend.